Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Could Miami Heat make another play for Damian Lillard if things go sour in Milwaukee? Barring a Butler-Douglas-type upset, the Miami Heat are likely to run it back with mostly the same roster for a second straight season. The Heat's biggest offseason victories were re-signing Kevin Love, Haywood Highsmith, and Thomas Bryant while losing Caleb Martin. These moves are not exactly putting fear into the hearts of the Philadelphia 76ers, Boston Celtics, Milwaukee Bucks, New York Knicks, Cleveland Cavaliers, and even the Orlando Magic. The chances to improve without a trade are pretty much gone this summer, but the option could remain open during the season with a little help. ESPN's Zach Lowe recently suggested it would take things turning sour in Milwaukee to reopen the possibility of acquiring Damian Lillard. They could always, if things go badly in Milwaukee, they could always revisit Dame, Lowe said this week on his podcast. Donovan Mitchell just signed a 3-year extension with the Cavs. That's going to be off the table for them for a little bit. That was one of their dream targets, I think. We'll see. Not a great summer for the Heat. The Heat spent last offseason trying to lure Lillard. It dragged on all summer, causing them to miss out on other free agents. In the end, Lillard landed with the Bucks because the Portland Trail Blazers had no interest in the Heat's trade assets. Perhaps things could change with Milwaukee. The Heat always have Tyler Herro, Duncan Robinson, and either Jamie Jaquez or Nikola Jovic. Herro, a Milwaukee native, could entice the Bucks because of the hometown draw. May 30, 2024, Minneapolis, Minnesota, USA. Minnesota Timberwolves guard Anthony Edwards, 5, warms up before Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals for the 2024 NBA playoffs against the Dallas Mavericks at Target Center. Mandatory credit, Bruce Cluckhone USA Today Sports / Bruce Cluckhone USA Today Sports. Miami Heat fans love discussing the idea of one day acquiring Minnesota Timberwolves star Anthony Edwards, largely due to his relationship with coach Erik Spoelstra. Edwards is a part of the loaded Team USA roster for the 2024 Paris Olympics, while Spoelstra is an assistant coach. Most of the team arrived in Las Vegas Friday for their 4-day training camp. The Heat coach and Wolves star met up with smiles on their faces, leading fans to reignite rumors of Edwards coming to Miami. Heat All-Star center Bam Adebayo is also taking part in the Olympics as a member of the 12-man roster. He is considered one of the team's top defenders, meaning he could see a larger role than anticipated throughout the summer. While no video surfaced of Edwards and Adebayo, the Heat big man made sure to greet former Miami superstar LeBron James. Not only is Edwards one of the most popular players in the NBA, but he is continuing to rise up the ranks. He led the Wolves, alongside Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert, to the Western Conference Finals, where they fell 3 games short of an NBA Finals appearance. Edwards averaged 25.9 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 5.1 assists on 46.1% shooting last season at 22 years old. Miami Heat selfie with LeBron James after USA basketball practice goes viral. The Miami Heat of today and the past are well represented for USA basketball this summer in Las Vegas. They proved it by snapping one photo after Monday's Olympic practice. Heat coach Erik Spoelstra took a selfie with players Bam Adebayo and Jamie Jaquez, while former Miami star LeBron James made a cameo. The photo quickly became an internet sensation. Spoelstra is one of the assistants for Team USA, while Adebayo and James will compete for their country later this month in Paris. Jaquez, who enters his second NBA season, is helping them prepare as a member of the select team. In Monday's scrimmage, Team USA held on for a 1-point victory. The game was saved by a last-second block by Los Angeles Lakers center Anthony Davis. For Spoelstra and James, it was a reunion of the Big Three era. The Heat dominated the league from 2010 to 14 behind James, Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade. they won 2 championships in 4 straight appearances in the NBA Finals. Spoelstra is trying to find similar success in the post-LeBron years. He's made it to 2 more finals but lost to James, Lakers, in 2020 and Nikola Jokic, Denver Nuggets, in 2023. With Jimmy Butler aging, Adebayo and Jaquez could become the cornerstones of the franchise. Last year Adebayo completed his 3rd season as an All-Star while Jaquez was an All-Rookie performer. Adebayo started taking more three-point shots toward the end of last season. He is now working on his sharpshooting from behind the arc during U.S. Olympic team practices. Miami Heat center Bam Adebayo apparently wants to pick up where he left off last season. A video posted on X showed him working on his corner three-point shot during an Olympic team practice Saturday. In the latter part of last season Adebayo took and made more three-point shots than he ever has in his career. He had a streak of hitting a three-pointer in 7 of 9 games, going 9 of 16 during the stretch. Last season Adebayo averaged a career-high 0.6 three-point attempts. Opponents generally give Adebayo plenty of room to take the shot behind the arc because of his limited shooting. Heat coach Erik Spoelstra, an assistant coach with the Olympic squad, said last season he would rather see Adebayo take his long-range shots from the top of the arc as opposed to the perimeter. He said the Heat have more than enough shooters on the perimeter and the offense goes through Adebayo playing at the top of the key. If Adebayo averaged a few triples a game it would help with the Heat's spacing on the court. It would mean the defenders would have to take Adebayo's outside shot seriously and defend him closer on the perimeter or up high at the top of the arc. It could then open up a lane for one of his teammates for an easy layup, should he pass on the shot. NBA trade rumors, Miami Heat interested in Lauri Markkanen? On the latest Low Post podcast, Zach Lowe mentions that the Miami Heat are interested in Lauri Markkanen. It's at the 34:10 mark. Lowe says that he knows the Heat are interested in Markkanen but he's not sure if they have the assets to get him. He also mentions that he's not sure the Utah Jazz want to trade him. It's a reminder that there are still teams out there interested in the Jazz forward, but if they want to get him they'll have to pay a big price. Danny Ainge will do whatever he feels will help the Jazz become a championship contender. For the Jazz to give up Markkanen, he clearly expects a big-time offer. A quick glance at the Miami Heat picks shows a team that has a lot of picks tied up with other teams that can't be moved. So this may be the Heat being interested in everyone like they normally are. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Lauri Markkanen? Leave your opinion in the comments.